What you're about to listen to is a short introduction to an online course about unicorns. I titled that Unicorns: A Path to Purity. I think that it's safe to say that almost all people love unicorns. Of course, that's especially true for children because they are far more connected to the magic of life than adults in general are. But there is also an increasing number of people that really start believing in the possibility that unicorns exist. Are we not all looking for some magic in our lives? Having a scientific background, I must admit, difficulties believing that unicorns were existing. I love the stories, and I read quite some books about them. And I also was working with subtle energies, but believing in them as an existing species, that was just another step that I had problems making. One day my beloved Jeannie challenged me by saying that I needed to check whether there was a morphogenetic grid of unicorns. Morphogenetic grids hold the information that is needed to make the existence of any species possible. So if unicorns are existing, then there must be a morphogenetic grid. My intent was not so nice. I decided to prove once and for all that unicorns were non-existing species. But I ended up with exactly the opposite. I found vortexes of the grids like the one that you see here in this picture. And since I found them and had to be true to myself, I had to admit that unicorns are existing. Now I know that there are even 6 species. I love them and I love working with them. Connecting and working with unicorns was more than an exciting and beautiful experience. It changed my life. Unicorns are invisible, they are subtle beings, and that have as a main characteristic their purity and their love. And they are wonderful beings of light that can help us find light again in a time that we can safely say are a bit dark. And more importantly, they can help us to bring our whole energy system in balance again. The 6 species resonate with our 6 energy bodies and can help us to get them in harmony by helping to purify these energy bodies of us. Once I could connect and even communicate with them, even though it was in a limited way, it became very, very clear to me that working with them was extremely important. They can help us change individually and collectively to connect with our spiritual self again. And when we do that, we can fulfill our incarnated purpose to support Gaia, Mother Earth, and her evolutionary journey. Initially, I shared my understanding of unicorns through workshops, but the unicorns found that too limited, both in content and also because you don't reach so many people through a workshop. Their invitation to connect with them and start working with them is very strong because it's time to change our world. So together with them, I created this online course. If you feel their call, I suggest that you check out the online course. You can do that by looking at the link here in this image, but the link is also available in the text under the video. Listen to their call and follow your heart. Then you will know whether working with them is part of your journey.